Ahoy there, Legion! Today I'm going to be playing the thorny Zyra, or Zyra. Basically, she's poison ivy anyway, so I'm just going to call her Plant Chick. I played League of Legends just about 4 years ago to the month, as I started just after the awesome Pantheon came out. Still like that guy. My old account even has that Perseus skin for him in an email because I hadn't played it in so long. Anywho. Made a brand new account just the other day, and now they added tutorials, and you seem to level up way faster now than you did back then, but I'm still low level, so it might just be a perk for newer players. Anyway, the game seems a bit more forgiving, and I can only hope the community is as well. So this is my first game in the League in probably 2 or 3 years, and the starting lobby chat did not disappoint. It's weird because it's hard to notice improvements when you've already seen the original item before. Like, with boots you can enchant them with a few different options now, which was neat. I recall the AI's difficulty was bumped up just before I stopped playing, and even on these easy bots you can tell they are no slouch. But before we talk about Plant Chick's abilities, we gotta check out her dance. There we go. Yi requested help with the neutrals, and I didn't have much to offer this early on, sadly. But I tried lowering the health of the mobs without killing them. Of course, the ability I chose was an AoE, so it kind of killed off the 2 weaker mobs. Sorry about that. Plant Chick's passive is that when she dies, you can fire off a final attack to try and get some revenge. Love me some spiteful girls. It is probably more useful in team fights than one-on-one, though. What drew me to her in the first place was that she has both defensive and offensive options thanks to how you can use her other skills. She has a blossom that you can drop, free of mana cost by the way, that acts like a small sentry. You can combo this up with her other moves, a delayed AoE attack and a damaging slow, and turn those blossoms into turrets. It requires a bit of a setup, but early on I was pretty mana starved. I usually like the suggested items, but in this case I would have preferred more mana instead of more damage early on. I'll talk about her ultimate in a little bit. Of course I have some match highlights for you all. This is a pretty close call just about 6 minutes into the game. Warwick and Shield Woman were against me. I was able to do some damage to their tower but had to back off. My health was lower, so Warwick's ability kept me showing to them while I was in the brush. So just before my recall went off they tried to gank me and, well, thankfully I had the heal spell equipped. I didn't want to leave the tower undefended, so I dropped a turret blossom before recalling again. By the way, I played a few games yesterday, and every time I was top solo. I know mid is usually solo, but what's the deal? I don't know, more XP and gold for me anyway, just found it odd. Also, you might notice I didn't use a health potion back there. You'd be right. I completely forgot to use them, and it took me a while to remember I had them on me, still brushing off the cobwebs. One thing that I had a bit of an issue with was Plant Chick's skill descriptions. While I knew the basics, that if you hit the blossom it turns into a turret, the numbers and crisscrossing descriptions kinda threw me off. In the end I tended to spend more points on the blossom so I can put them down faster, as 2 turrets and an AoE bomb worked well for me. Unfortunately, reading and thinking about how to make sense of the skill descriptions, I completely missed Mr. Benefiber asking me how I was doing. Sorry bud, if I can get a hold of you in game, I'll thank you for asking. Brand pinged near me, and I think that's a really cool feature they added, and I attempted to help him somehow kill these 2. I still felt like my character was very weak, so I didn't want to overcommit, but I did pop my ult to try and help Brand out. Her ult slows enemies down a bit, then pops them up in the air. Pretty simple, but still helpful. I tried using other things on Shield Woman, but I was mana starved. At that point I backed off and cleared the creeps to keep pressure up on the enemy turret. Brand gets the kill and I snagged an assist. He got Warwick just a bit later too. One thing I did want to highlight was that the people in this game were really friendly, a stark contrast to what I'm used to. I know people say Dota is better, but not really. I played that quite a bit during the whole winter event, trying to get some extra things to sell on the Steam market, and I'd say Dota is not free of ragers, to put it mildly. Not saying either is better, I'm just saying good on this group for playing well with others. This one's pretty funny, but at the same time I was freaking out. Okay, so I wanted to increase my speed a bit, so I got the Sorcerer's Shoes. Now I clicked on it, I swear I clicked on it once with my left mouse button. I thought that was just a generic boot sound, like when you move items around your inventory in other games. So before I leave, I'm like, you know what, I really need those boots before I go, so I click buy. Then I see I have 2 of them in my inventory. Little. Now I wasted gold and still need to sell off a pair to try to get something else, but I can't figure out how to sell the item. I try right-clicking the theme, hoping to pop up to click sell. I try dragging the item into the shop window. I almost asked in chat, but that was going to be too embarrassing to admit. And finally I noticed the sell button in the shop menu itself. Woo! That was probably my most stressful moment of the game right there. Now, this is kind of funny too. I go from not knowing how to sell something to this, which I think highlights just how weird my brain can be. I remember seeing these wraiths in the tutorial match, so I'm like, can I drop my blossom across the trees, or will I get a line of sight error? And I can! So then I go about trying to kill this guy without him laying a finger on me. Mind you, this is my first time back in years, and these guys didn't even exist when I left. So adding this on a whim tactic was a big deal for me. Plus, I couldn't figure out how to sell a pair of boots for like a minute and a half just 10 seconds ago. When I bounce back big. I get into a tiff with Ashe and she unloads her ult on me. And I'm like, what? Really? Well, hell, I can do that too. So I unloaded mine right back onto her. So guess who's hitting your tower now that you ran a— whoa, it's Shield Woman backing off. Good news, I remembered that I owned health potions only 24 minutes into the game. Brand is low health after killing the entire enemy like 10 times now, so I attempted to help him out with the lizard buff. A lot better than the golem attempt, eh? Eh? Yeah, I have no idea how that worked out. It got blasted to bits by Brand, yet the whole time the guy was chasing me. Either way, it looked like I knew what I was doing, so I just let it play out. Sneaky, sneaky Ashe. At this point, it's full-on brawl time, and please hold your applause. 28 minutes in, I get my first official kill. Not an assist, but a full-on killing blow. Top of the world, baby. Top of the world. The enemy pushes back and we lose a bunch of people. I want to take out the top towers, so I go back that way, but I didn't pay attention to the map awareness boss and he slaps me across the back of the head. Oh, hi Ashe, and two golem monsters aggroing me for no reason. How y'all doing? I'd love to stop and have a conversation, really, but I got this thing about avoiding death, so yeah, I know, it's silly me, but I'll take a rain check on that, okay? Bye! Now this one I feel a bit bad about. I was a bit klutzy here. He comes in like a wrecking ball and just totally annihilates the enemy creeps. Ashe wants to cash in on that rain check, but no thanks, still working on some stuff. She decides to email us a message, but her computer laptop broke, so she attaches it to an arrow instead. Yi checked his smartphone first, but apparently it has a virus because he just up and dies. I tried killing off the minions, but it just didn't work out. And here is where the klutz makes his appearance. Oh, what's that, Yi? You're a bit down on your health? No problem. I'll just use my heal spell a second after you die. And then I run back to his corpse like, sorry. I take out the tower, but Ashe shows up, this time very insistent on our meeting when Mr. Honey Branger shows up and ba-bam! My AoE didn't even have a chance to go off before she died. Then Warwick tries to tell us something, but he's too shy to find the words. He tries a few times though. Hey plant chick, So the weather outside is really cold, Okay, don't make eye contact. Do not make oh my god, you just made eye contact. Now she knows. Gotta say something now, or else I'm a creepy stalker, dude. What do I say? What do I say? Anything, man. Go. So hi, plant lady person. I really like card games. If you've some free time, maybe later you could— She slapped me. Guys, I need to summon all the wingmen in the world. Oh sure, no problem, Warwick. Hey lady! So we take out the top inhibitor, the top center turret. I pop my ult and get a stern talking to by Shield Woman, and she really knows how to hold a grudge, let me tell you. Take out the middle inhib again, and I'm working on the final one, and I see the Nexus is almost dead, so I just join the Raffle Stomp there, and that is game, folks. We survived, Legion. Great googly moogly, we survived. Here is the ending lobby screen in case you guys are curious about the numbers and stuff. I didn't exactly do amazing, but I got the most creeps killed and never died. I didn't have much action in the top lane, got a few assists, and for crying out loud, it was my first game back, so I'm pretty pleased I didn't feed them all a plant chick buffet the whole game. All in all, pretty fun all around. GG. Thank you for watching, Legion. If you learned anything from this amazing gameplay video, we'd be honored if you hit like and subscribe. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Catch you next time, Legion. Take care.